It's finally the day. We are going to fix the Inspiron 9100. Now, we didn't really look at it that much in the previous unboxing video because it was broken. Because it was dead. There was a bit of damage to this back vent, but other than that, everything seems fine. I'm hopeful that this is all it needs and it will magically work. We will discover today. Now, I'm making the probably horrifically incorrect assumption that the Inspiron 9100 is put together in exactly the same way as the Inspiron 6000. Why am I making that assumption, you may ask? Because I've taken an Inspiron 6000 apart God knows how many times, so I can do it with my eyes closed. So I'm just going to hope that this is put together in the same way, and if it's not, we'll deal with the consequences later. So, step one of Inspiron 6000 assembly is to pop this cover off. Is it going to pop off in the same way? It would help if you used a flathead screwdriver. That's not a flathead screwdriver. That's a flathead screwdriver. Is it going to come up? Or is it like the other one we need to kind of go? There we go. Okay. Good. Okay, that's different. This has a ribbon cable. On the Inspiron 6000, this is just a plastic like cover and the button pushes through onto a board located on the machine. This is on the thing, so that's over there. Now, we should be able to take out 2 Phillips screws and lift the keyboard out. Again, I'm saying this with more confidence than I should probably, because it's never that easy. Right, one there. This is too big. One there. And one there. I don't know why I haven't got the screw tray. Let me go grab that. So, screw tray, quick run. Screw tray. So, 2 keyboard screws. So this should now lift up. Front of the bezel. Indeed. And ribbon cable. Unplug. This is so deep in comparison to the Inspiron 6000. Keyboard out. We're trying to get to this area, so we're going to have to literally take everything out. So this looks like CPU block, possibly? Not entirely sure. So those are the wireless antennas. Let's take... This looks like it comes off, this blue bit, so let's take that off. And these screws are all labelled P, which suggests that they do the same thing. And they are the same length, so that's good. Now if the blue bit doesn't come off, I might have to take the whole bezel part off. Yeah, so that's starting to lift the bezel, but we probably need to attack it from the bottom. So let's have a look. Yeah, these are all labelled P as well. Do we need to take anything else apart? We'll leave it for now, and we'll just go ham on these screws. That is so deep. That is so deep in there. What? That doesn't reach. That could be a problem. Okay, that looks like we can get to this now. I may regret saying that. Let's use my head. I think there's only one screw holding it in, which is this one. Ah, there we go. Ah. There it is. Right, okay. That's good. So that is... Whoops. The dead one out. So now we need to take the new one and mount the cooler onto it. So there's a backing plate, like that. Then the metal cooler, then the shield. There's so much cooling in this computer, it's ridiculous. Right. I need thermal paste, obviously. So I'll grab that. Some very old but functional Arctic MX4. So, tiniest bit because it's an exposed die. That is already too much, but that's fine. It will live. Right. Now I have to like sandwich all these layers together in one go because, so we need this, and the backing plate needs to poke through. Does it only go one way around? What? No, there we go. Backing plate. This part of the cooler, so it's like a sandwich. Then the metal shield needs to go over like that, and then the screws can go in. Right. Where's the Torx bit gone? I should have put that on before I held this together. Oh my god. Screw number one. Once two screws are in, it'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, and 4 when it stops trying to run away. There we go. Okay. That wasn't that hard at all, actually. So, that's back in. Drop it into place, making sure the plug plugs in. It says press here. There we go. That's in. So then we need to put the 3 screws back in, which are Phillips. Oh my god, stopping bits every 3 seconds. So, 1 screw there. 1 screw there. That one did not go in all the way. There we go. And 1 in the top corner. Oh, I literally couldn't have gone in a worse place. This is totally something that could have been avoided, and is one of those things where if something happens like that where you drop a screw, you need to walk away for 10 minutes and come back, because what was just a dropped screw turned into 45 minutes of chaos, because I had to go and get the Inspiron 8500 and compare the keyboard connector so I could rebuild it. Magically and thankfully it works and it's fine afterwards, but you know, that's something, you could break something far more fragile and irreplaceable than the keyboard. So don't be me ever. I cannot begin to tell you how long it took to get that screw out. Oh my lord. It literally buried itself. What the f*** happened here? Shit.
A few inches later.
Right, after giving myself about 10 massive headaches, we're at a point where it's almost back together. I mean, good fucking God, that was horrible in every conceivable way. But we're here, we made it. So, we're going to plug this back in. And then just hope it turns on after all of this. If it doesn't, I will be very mad. I'll be very, 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 very mad. Not that I'm not already, but it'll be made worse. If that's even humanly possible, it is. Right. Jesus. Oh, hello. Do you want to clip in or no? Okay. Okay. It's in one piece after so much time. Pop the fan back in because I had to take that out because the screw went God knows where. So that's back together. Fan cover back on. Just loosely because it's obviously going to have to come apart again because something won't work. That just, right. We're back together, we've got no leftover screws. We only tried 3 times, it's fine. Right. Charger, wall, laptop, flip, on, in, open, 3, 2, 1, pray. Well, that's an excellent start. Oh. Oh my God, I fixed it! Yes! Yeah, okay, that's fine. Whatever. We're in. We're in. We're in. Wow. Wow. Let me tidy up my mess. Well, after that absolutely horrendous experience, we finally did it. We're here. 512 megabytes of RAM, Pentium 4, and this GPU is worse than the one it replaced. This was the 256 megabyte version. It now has 128, but who gives a shite, quite frankly? The keyboard still works, which is amazing considering I absolutely annihilated it. It says the battery's not installed, so that's toasted. Is there anything on this hard drive? It has Windows XP installed already. That's very nice of it. For some reason, tripod is slowly falling forwards. There we go. Touchpad still works as well. I didn't break that either. Good job me. There are no drivers on this installation at all. I lied, it just doesn't have graphics drivers. Well, I guess the graphics card has technically downgraded. So that's probably got something to do. Wow, okay. Did I put this hard drive in, or was this already in? No, I definitely didn't put this in. But she's working, which is absolutely incredible. I am so proud of myself right now. That was such hard work to get working, but I did it. Can we at least up it a little bit? Thank you. Now, it appears to have all the drivers except for the graphics, which is interesting. It's an original Intel Celeron. Ugh. It's not even a Pentium 4 after all of that. I do have some other Pentium 4s, so it could possibly receive an upgrade at some point. Yeah, it's just this. Can I make it install the driver? Because if this is the original Dell installation, it might just have it. Maybe. This hard drive is not fast. The 512 megabytes of RAM is probably not helping the situation either. Aha! It does appear to have the drivers. Okay. Maybe it will work. Who knows? It needs an installation disk I don't have. Okay, never mind. But it installed. Well, it didn't install. It works. So there will... Yeah, this is like all the stuff on it, basically. Wow, that was... that was hard work, wasn't it? It's got hardware info on it, which is interesting. I wonder how hard it is to get to the CPU in this. Probably harder than what I've just done. Come on, hardware info. So it's an Intel Celeron. Yeah, it's a Celeron. It's a Northwood Celeron. That's I didn't. Did they ship with Celerons, or is it like just an old, like this got downgraded at some point? Because if you were going to buy one of these things, you would buy it with not a Celeron, right? That feels really odd to me that it would have a Celeron in it. Yeah, that's interesting that it doesn't. Oh god, that it has a Celeron. That's really weird that it has a Celeron. Someone let me know if that is normal, because I feel like, you know, it should have more than that. Let me go grab the graphics driver just so we can get this working properly. Right, so I've popped in a USB flash drive that has the graphics driver on it, so hopefully that will appear. There it is. Nope. Copy that. Windows says it's installed the driver anyway. I'm not going to trust it. I'm just going to do this. But it's working. But I don't know what. Again, why does it have a Celeron? That's so interesting. While this installs, I'm actually going to Google that. I'm going to Google the CPUs that it came with. Inspiron 9100 CPUs. Like, what did it come with? So this one from the overclockers had a Pentium 4 3 gigahertz. PC Mag 3.2 gigahertz Pentium 4. 3.4 gigahertz Pentium 4. This is weird. Why is this one so slow? In comparison, obviously, like, you know, compared to a Pentium 3 or something, like a low-end Pentium 3, this would be fast, but why? That's so interesting. Common speeds are a 2.8, 3, 3.2, or 3.4. Well, this is a 2.6, so... What? That's so weird. Okay. I will definitely have a look into upgrading this. Definitely have a look into upgrading it. It needs more RAM, and it needs a better Pentium 4, because this is a terrible Pentium 4. It's not even a Pentium 4, it's a Celeron. So yeah, the 3.4 gigahertz one is the fastest one, from what I can tell. Right, restart. Yeah, please do let me know. So there's socket 478s. What? It didn't care about that a minute ago. Why does it care about the RAM now? It literally booted with that RAM in it a second ago. What the hell? What? I don't... What? Looks like I'm going to have to go get more RAM. Well, none of that made any sense whatsoever, but at least we've put RAM in it now and it might work. That's so weird. I've never had that happen before. So I've just taken the RAM stick out of my Inspiron 1100. It's only 512 megs, but it might work. I've literally never seen that happen. Like, it worked fine, and then it just, like, threw a hissy. My god, there's so many things. Right, I don't care about the time of day. Just boot, please. That was weird. Weird. So the Inspiron 1100 now has no RAM in it, but that's fine. There we go. We have graphics drivers now. The speakers are good, unsurprisingly. It's ginormous. I'm literally wearing a coat inside, by the way. It's freezing today. Right, there we go. What display does this have? 12 MB. That's so low. This was definitely the lowest spec one of these that they made. It's got Celeron and a low-res screen. Now, that's really weird because I actually lied. I left the other RAM stick in as well as putting the one from the Inspiron 1100 in. And now it shows we have 1 GB of RAM. If I restart it, is it now going to refuse to boot? This is so weird. So if I restart it, will it now refuse to boot up? If it does, that's just going to be the end of this video because I'm tired now. But this is just weird. This is so weird. Is it going to scream and not boot? Yeah. That's weird. That's really, really weird. Anyway, we fixed the Inspiron 9100. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to do. I feel like it needs a CPU upgrade, a display upgrade, God knows what else upgrade, because this is clearly the lowest spec one they ever made. But now it works at least, so that's really fun. And what the hell is this?